Daily Tech News with Alan Smithson.
Good morning. Welcome to Daily Tech News. My name is Alan Smithson. Today is Tuesday, May 28th, and I'm actually recording this from Austin, Texas. If you're in Austin for Consensus, hit me up and we'll meet up in person. There's a lot to cover today, so let me get into it. I have a lot of cool stuff to share today. We're going to start kicking things off with a company called Varjo, or Varjo, however you want to pronounce it. It is pronounced Varjo. And basically what they make is they make a really, really high resolution VR headset. And as you may know, the F-35 plane, it's more of an entire system for the U.S. military. The F-35 is a $2 trillion plane project. And, of course, training in it is going to be a troublesome thing because you can't just put people in a $500 million plane and say, hey, go. So training in this headset is really improving the way pilots can train. And if you'll see here, everything is crystal clear. I've actually tried this experience in the Varjo glasses. It's connected to a powerful PC, but what they use is they use a really, really high resolution in the middle of your vision. So where you see the most, and you can look at the dials, you can look at the knobs. It's really neat. You can, practice refueling midair. You can practice flying, dogfighting, all these sorts of things. And they've created this really, really cool fighter jet training, and it's all with the Varjo headset. So very, very cool stuff there. All right, over to this is really neat. This is an elevator that shows what happened in New York every year in the past. So basically, it's going up to the World Trade Center. It's going to the very top, and you can check it out. Look at this. So you're going up to this big, big tower, but in the elevator, you're going up from the ground and then the grass. And then over time, you can see how New York was built up. So they cleared out some land. They started developing it. You can see it kind of develop as a small town. And then it grew as a city. And then you grew over time. And then you start to see the skyscrapers. Holy moly, this is so cool. Love it. Look at that. And you just start to see New York grow around you. In 1958, 1960, 1970, 1980, 2000. Oh, I just thought that was just super cool stuff. And then you can look out and see the real New York around you. Very cool. All right. I will put the links in the comments of the YouTube video, as always. How venture capital is investing in AI and the top 5 global economies and shaping the AI ecosystem. So as you may have heard, X.ai or Grok, it's Elon Musk's new AI platform, has just raised $6 billion at a $24 billion valuation. And so we're starting to see massive amounts of money. The top 5 economies, US, China, Japan, India, and Germany, are each building their own ecosystems for AI. And here's what the breakdown looks like. I'll zoom in there. VC investments across AI in different industries in the last 5 years. And this is in millions of dollars. So we're at $55 billion is the top number there. You notice that China and US have the lion's share of all the investment. And then India, Germany, and Japan. You can't really factor out India because India has so many people. It just overtook China as the #1 populated place on earth. So you can see that it's obviously a market-driven innovation. It says here, in the US, a fervent gold rush in private AI investment has catalyzed transformative developments across key sectors such as autonomous vehicles, healthcare, and IT infrastructure. VC investments in AI totaled $290 billion in the last 5 years. In the US, optimistic projections suggest that AI could boost the annual GDP by 0.5 to 1.5% over the next decade. That's 1.2 trillion to 3.8 trillion in real terms just in the US. And so you've got autonomous vehicles, all of these things. I'll put the report in there. There's a whole report from the Economic Forum, World Economic Forum. You can go check it out. Okay, AI is making economists rethink the story of automation. So, there's always this kind of, we bring in tools and more jobs are created. And it's an interesting theory that, we've, as humanity, we've brought in, I think it was something like almost all people were farmers, were in agriculture. And then by 2000, less than 2% were. But lots of jobs like middle management, accounting, all of these different jobs popped up. And this whole report here is talking about the fact that maybe with AI and automation, this is not going to be the way it was before. So I guess we will see what's going on with that. And yeah, okay. So over to, this is a 3D tool, capture tool called Doly. It was just launched yesterday, and it allows you to create a 3D looking or a video of your product in 3D. So you basically walk around your product in 3D, and then it automatically switches all the backgrounds. So you can create a really dynamic new ad format for your products and create them all with just your iPhone, which is super cool stuff. Okay. This is really neat. There's the Doly. Again, there's the app. If you want to get it, it's animal.ai. It's ANIML.ai. And it's Doly for iPhone. You can just look it up in the App Store. But really love this idea of being able to just, they call it Project Dollies. So you walk around your product like this. You get it from all angles. So basically capturing a Nerf or a Gaussian splatter of your product. And then it just puts it into, and this can be done by anybody's iPhone. This is the really great stuff about this, is that, you can build these ad formats and anybody can do this, and a marketing intern can do this for you. So I really love the idea of being able to take a product, convert it to 3D, and then make these really cool ad formats out of it. Anyway, good luck to that company, Doly. Speaking of AI, the Great AI Challenge, and it's interesting here that we have the Great AI Challenge. They tested, the Wall Street Journal tested the top 5 bots on useful everyday skills, and overall Perplexity won. Woo, I love Perplexity. And then of course ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and Copilot. Copilot came last in almost everything except for creative writing, which is strange. So it's interesting because they've kind of put this bound on it. It's really ChatGPT, but they've taken it and made it, Microsoftable, and I think that's kind of dulled it a bit, and that's why Copilot is coming in last. So I'll put the link to the actual article, and so you can dig in there. It is behind a paywall, but you can get in there. Okay, this is really neat. So this is again another training in virtual reality, but this time it's Lufthansa, and Lufthansa was able to decrease their training costs by 80% cost reduction in training using mixed reality to showcase their new business class flights. So rather than having a giant booth and they bring in an actual physical areas, they just literally put you in VR. So the cost of their booth was dropped by 80% and their training cost by 80%. So this is really, really great stuff. You can get in there and try it out at their trade show booths. Over to, this is Move.ai. Move.ai is doing markerless capture. This was done, I believe, with 8 cameras, 8 GoPros around, and you're able to capture the scene from all angles, and then it creates a real 3D volumetric aspect for it. Very, very interesting stuff here, and it's just regular RGB cameras. There's no motion tracking and anything like that, because it gets really expensive. You got to put these suits on people, and motion capture rigs are in the tens of thousands of dollars. So congratulations to Move AI for making this much, much easier to do. Okay, this is Alibaba's new Vivid. It's a novel framework employing powerful diffusion models to tackle virtual try-on. So the idea here, if you notice in the video at the bottom, you're able to take just a normal video of yourself and try on different clothes of the video of yourself. I just think that's just really cool, because then you can just swap out things as needed just from a simple video. And it knows semantically where your hands are and where your legs are. I don't know. We're getting really, really close to that point where what is real anymore? Okay, speaking of augmented tomorrow, AR experiences beyond the smartphones and AR filters. So when we're going to wear glasses, which probably by 2027, it's looking maybe a little earlier now. The technology is really advancing quickly. But the company Ericsson, which makes 5G nodes and these types of things, they conducted an extensive research across 10 global markets with current and prospective XR users, revealing 4 pivotal insights shaping consumer expectations for augmented reality experiences over the next 5 years. And the key findings were: 1, consumers combining smartphones and AR devices will double in the next 5 years. 2, consumers are hungry for on-the-go AR devices and are willing to pay 20% more for the portability. I actually brought my AR glasses with me on this trip so that I can have a much bigger screen and work on. And I'll be maybe I'll wear those tomorrow for the show. 3, as AR technologies advance in adapting to geospatial surroundings, the range of experiences will become more diverse and demanding of 5G. I think 5G is one of those kind of hidden gems that They talked about it. It was all this big hype. And then, it was kind of fizzled out. But 5G really will power the augmented world around us. And bystander privacy still looms large. So imagine, if you're wearing your Meta glasses, your Meta Ray-Ban glasses, and you've got the camera on there, it's capturing the world around you. So people around you are actually being caught in your camera. So we got to be careful about that. And so there's a whole report here. You can download it. I will put the links into the comments of the YouTube video. This is interesting for my friend Linus. During a gold rush, sell shovels. It's so true. And if you look at NVIDIA, they are the shovel maker. Their stock is up 121% this year. Since 1999, NVIDIA has added $2.62 trillion in market cap, or $100 billion per year for 25 years straight. NVIDIA is now larger than the GDP of every country in the world except for 7, the GDP of Spain and Saudi Arabia combined, 4x the market cap of Tesla, the market cap of Walmart and Amazon combined, and 9 times the market cap of AMD. And it's the GDP, it's bigger than the GDP of every US state except for California and Texas. It's a monster. And here's a graphic that shows, when everyone digs for gold, sell shovels. And that's so true. You got Google, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, everybody in the world has to buy NVIDIA's shovels. In this case, it happens to be AI chips for processing. Okay, this is a really interesting.
This arm is your arm.
They basically tell this guy that this arm is his. It's a rubber hand, so it's not a real hand. His hand is, up to the right here. They cover it up and they go through this. And I won't play the whole thing. Basically, what they do is they rub his hand, so his brain is thinking, "Oh wow, this is my hand." And here, I'll put it up.
Let you in on a little secret.
I have not been the real hand anymore.
The other ruler. What? Feel that? Yeah.
But watch this. Watch his finger on the left.
Whoa, yeah.
His fingers are moving because his brain is telling him that is his real hand.
I'm totally feeling it in this hand. It feels it just. Oh.
And I'll skip right to the end. Watch this.
Watch this. You ready for this one? Okay. Guess which finger I'm going to hit. Okay. Guess which finger. See if you can tell me which one it is.
Wait for it.
Ah! Again, I did not actually hurt
his brain. Just thought it was real.
Actual pain in your
Isn't that cool? I thought that was great. All right, this has been Daily Tech News with Alan Smithson for Tuesday, May 28th, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And don't let your brain trick you to think that your hand is going to get smashed. I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace, everybody. Cheers.